Hello everyone! Anyone who owns a GoPro knows that it is not only suitable for excellent video recording. It has a 12 megapixel sensor with which you can also take very good and interesting photos. Since it's the cameras I often have with me during my activities, I also use it very often for photos. Compared to a smartphone camera or other compact cameras, there are some special aspects to consider. Today we are looking at the different photo settings. As soon as time permits, I'll make a video about how you can use the special characteristics of the GoPro to take great photos. If you're interested, subscribe to the channel. So let's take a look at the possible settings. If you select the photo mode, you can choose between photo, night and burst. While photo opens to standard photo mode, in the night mode you can choose long exposure times, which makes sense in low light conditions. If you choose burst, you can take several photos in a short period of time. This is especially useful for fast movements such as sports or other action shots. Let's start with the standard photo mode. One very important decision you can make here relates to the field of view. Wide is the typical field of view of GoPro. It has a focal length of 40mm and is characterized by a fisheye look and therefore by a distortion. If you want to avoid this fisheye look and the distortion, choose linear. However, this will crop the image and you won't have the same extremely wide field of view. If you choose wide, you may also be able to correct the distortion in post. However, you need the right software for this, such as Adobe Lightroom. Basically, you also have the possibility to zoom in. But this is only a digital zoom. The image is cropped and loses quality. It makes sense to crop the image during editing, which you can also do with simple smartphone apps. You should therefore only zoom in if you do not want to do any editing at all. If you activate ProTune, you can make a number of additional settings. Under shutter, you can set the duration of the exposure time. However, the possibilities here are limited to keeping the exposure time very short. You can use this to freeze fast movements. Make sure, however, that sufficient light is available. It is interesting that longer exposure times cannot be set here. To do this, you must select the night mode. Under exposure value compensation, you can correct the exposure if the image appears too bright or too dark. It makes sense to limit the maximum ISO value to 800. Although the GoPro becomes more sensitive to light at higher ISO values, there is a lot of image noise. In low light, you should choose a longer exposure time and use a tripod instead of increasing the ISO value. With white balance, you can choose a cooler or warmer look. In photo mode, I always leave this value on auto and make changes in editing if necessary. Under sharpness, you can set the amount of digital sharpness to be added to the photo. That's a matter of taste. If you don't want to edit, you can leave this value on high. Under color, you can activate a flat color profile. That gives you more flexibility in post. If you don't want to edit your photos, leave this setting on GoPro. If you wipe left again, you can activate high dynamic range. This function is especially recommended if you have light and dark areas in the same image. HDR increases the dynamic range of the image and you gain details in the bright and dark areas. The camera takes several images with different exposures and then merges them into one image. This function is not available if you have enabled the RAW format. It is also incompatible with the exposure compensation and the flat color profile in ProTune. If you wipe left again, you can turn on the RAW format. The camera stores each image in a JPEG and a RAW file at the same time. RAW gives you the maximum flexibility in editing. You need the right software to work with it, for example Adobe Camera Raw or Adobe Lightroom. Apple Photos, for example, does not support GoPro's RAW format. The RAW mode cannot be used together with HDR or the linear field of view. In photo mode, there is also a feature you should know. If you hold down the shutter button, the GoPro will immediately activate the burst mode and shoot several pictures in a row for a maximum of 30 pictures. The speed depends on the lighting conditions. This does not work if you have HDR or RAW enabled. Let's look at the night mode now. This differs from the normal photo mode primarily in that you can set longer exposure times. If you select shutter, you can set the exposure from 2 seconds to 30 seconds. It is interesting to note that the camera does not expose immediately when the shutter button is pressed, but only a few seconds later. This makes sense because it prevents the image from blurring. If you select a value under shutter, you will see a countdown on the display during the exposure. ProTune is here almost identical to the normal photo mode. Only the settings for the shutter speed are missing. While RAW is available, there is no HDR mode here. The last available mode is the burst mode. Here you can shoot several pictures per second. As I said before, this mode is ideal for fast action scenes. you can set the number of frames per second. Under burst rate, you can select a combination of two numbers. The first number stands for the number of images and the second for the seconds. For example, if you select 30/2, the camera takes 30 frames in 2 seconds. That means 15 frames per second. While Protean is available with the usual settings, you can't take HDR or RAW images here. And that's it with the photo settings. I hope the tutorial was informative for you, you support my channel with a like, and see you next time.